Do you use affirmations on a daily basis to help you reach your goals? The things you truly want, the things that you truly desire, the things that are even deep down in your heart, or the practical everyday things that you need to make sure that you achieve so that you can provide for your family, for your life that you want? Are you using affirmations for those things? Are you? Because I know if you're like me, when I first heard about affirmations years ago, I thought it was a little wonky. I mean, how did that relate with my faith? How did affirmations really work? I mean, was that just for like the new agey kind of people, or could they truly work for people? Well, I started to dig deep and learn about affirmations first. Second, I thought, well, how am I really going to know if it works or not unless I take a leap of faith, try it for myself, and see what happens? So today on this episode, I'm going to share how affirmations did truly change my business, how it helped me achieve my goals faster, and it even allowed me to think differently. And it's even honestly helped me in my marriage and as a mom. I know that part sounds super crazy, and you might even be rolling your eyes because that's how I used to feel. So I'm excited for you to hear more about that today in this episode. My name is Blair Critch. I help success-driven overachiever moms just like you help reduce your stress, increase your energy, which we all want, without sacrificing time with your family. So I'm excited for you to join me today as we start talking a little bit more about affirmations. You know, what is that fundamental building block for success, for happiness? What is truly success for you? What do you want your goal to be? I mean, those are important questions to know. If you have a goal and you know exactly what that is, what you want to achieve, what does it feel like? What will it look like? What will it even taste like? That sweet taste of success when you meet a goal. You know, have you gotten specific with that? And can you even imagine what it's going to feel like when you achieve it? That's the most important thing to remember. So when I was first introduced to affirmations, yes, like I said before, I thought it was super strange. I thought it was a very unique way to think, and maybe it was just for like the over-optimist people that really thought that they could somehow make things happen, right? But what I came to found was that it's so much bigger than that. I really couldn't see how it would work with my faith, and that was probably the biggest thing holding me back. Maybe you can relate. You think, how could I create something? How could I make something be created just because I'm saying it over and over again? And so the first thing was the subconscious, and how I learned about the science behind affirmations, about how your mind can actually be trained to do things that you want it to do. Subconscious is a powerful thing. You're allowing yourself to visualize, to feel, and your brain starts to think that you already have it, especially using that form of language that we hear so often with affirmations of I am. I am happy and grateful that I have a family with great health. I am happy and grateful I have $100,000 in the bank by the end of December in my savings. So things like that. Your mind starts to believe it when you say it in the present tense. It's already done. It's happening. That's going to happen. You're going to see a difference in that. But for me, it was more about like, how did this work with my belief in God? And that was probably the biggest part that held me back. And so then a few years ago, I was talking with a life coach of mine, and she truly explained it in my mind the most perfect way. She said, who is the creator of all things? And so for me, I knew, of course, it's God, whatever it is for you. You know, who is the creator of all things in your religion, in your faith? Who is that? How did he create or she create you? Okay, I believe it's God. He created me with the gifts and the talents and the abilities. He had a clear vision. He wanted me to be super successful. He wanted me to be the best version of me. He wouldn't have given me the gifts and talents he gave me for me to waste them in this life. Actually, I remember a book that I read years ago called Don't Waste Your Life by John Piper. And in there, he talks about that. How so often people of faith will just allow things to pass them by and be content in their life. That is not what he wants for you. He gave you gifts and talents that you're supposed to use to the utmost ability. And so in there, she said, who's your creator? I responded with God, of course. And then she said to me, if he gave you all those gifts and talents and skills, then why aren't you using them to the best of your ability? Do you not believe that he actually gave you those? Aren't you really questioning God and the things that he's already given you? And so for me, that was super powerful. It actually reminded me of Matthew 7, verse 7 through 8. Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened for you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, And he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh shall be opened. Yes, that might be old language, but it's basically saying, ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find it, ask and the door will be open to you. But you have to ask. And to me, part of that asking is those affirmations that I do each and every day to truly allow me to see, feel, visualize what it is that I need to use those gifts, talents, and skills for. Isn't he the one that gave you that desire in the first place? Right? And isn't he the one who gave you the idea? So why not ask specifically for what you want and believe that it can be done? That's another part. I think sometimes I would ask for things but not truly believe that it could ever be done. Like, could I really get $100,000 in my bank account within 6 months? I didn't really believe I could. And so I knew I had an opportunity where I could definitely do that, but I didn't believe I could do that. And that's where a lot of this comes in. You're training your brain, you're retraining your brain with your affirmations. Why not create an affirmation that is strong from your God? He gave you those gifts. He gave you those desires. So when I started to do this, I saw a huge shift in myself. Things that I put out there in complete faith started to happen. I saw God show up big. I became stronger in my faith. I became stronger in believing in myself, who is a creature of God, who he gave these gifts and talents and skills to. I should believe in myself even more knowing that. And I noticed that I became more happy and I was much more confident in what I was doing. And then that in return gave me more success. When you're happy, confident, you're reaching for success, people are attracted to that. The things that you want are attracted to you. Why? Because that's what other people want too. So affirmations has been huge for me. I wanted to help you guys with a worksheet to truly help you build your affirmations. I have one of those for you. And of course you can find that at blaircritch.com/affirmation builder. blaircritch.com/affirmation builder. That will allow you to get access to that easy. It's just a simple worksheet that I made up, but it truly helped me and helps me still because I change my affirmations quarterly and sometimes even monthly, depending on if there's a skill or something that I'm going for that I need to get more specific about, or something going on in my family that I need to include and add so that I can see those changes happen rapidly. So here are some of my affirmations that I wanted to share with you guys that are real and honest, because when I first started looking at affirmations, there were a lot out there that were just like, I am successful, I am a builder of money, I am a great mom. Well, those just were not specific enough for me. I couldn't feel them. I couldn't relate with them. So here's some of mine specifically. You'll see more examples on that worksheet, but things like, I am happy and grateful that I bring in $15,000 a week with ease. And I truly love that I am happy and grateful as I start my I ams. I got that from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you've never read that book, it's phenomenal. It's one of the very first books you should ever read when you're going for a big goal. But in that book, Think and Grow Rich, he has you write up your affirmations with, I am happy and grateful. And so I am happy and grateful that I help people to feel their best with the product I sell to them. I am happy and grateful that I'm a loving and attentive sexual wife to my husband. That might make some of you giggle, but I am not a super touchy-feely person. I didn't grow up in a super touchy-feely home. My parents always said they loved me, but they never were very physical, and my husband loves to be touched. He loves to touch me. He loves to be touched, and so I have to make sure I remind myself to do those things. And through my affirmations, that reminds me. It also sets my subconscious. So instead of saying to myself, I'm not a super touchy-feely person or I'm not super emotional, instead I remind myself that I am happy and grateful that I'm a loving and attentive sexual wife to my husband. And that allows me to be in an amazing marriage because I'm constantly reminding myself that I am that person that he needs and wants and desires, and he's that person that I need and want and desire. So what's holding you back from starting your daily affirmations? I mean, honestly, maybe it is that block that you had. Maybe you need to go find a little more science behind it, or maybe you just need to trust and take a leap of faith. Try this for 30 days. How about 60 days? Because I truly believe, I know they say 21 days to make a habit, but I think if you do something for 2 months straight, then you can see results. Give yourself 60 days of using affirmations. Be honest with yourself. And if you want to be part of a community of other women who are pushing themselves to be better, a community of women where we're all inspiring, motivating each other, you can hop on there and ask us questions about our affirmations or how we're using it to be better moms, wives, and business builders, then head on over to blessedmamabosses.com. It's a free Facebook group where there's tons of other women that are on there, hundreds, that we're all sharing and helping each other, lifting and inspiring. That's a great place for you to go over. And I love success-driven, overachieving moms like you. So I love when they join that group because I get great ideas from you and you can get great ideas from us. And I've gotten amazing affirmations or ideas for affirmations from other women. So now remember how I said that affirmations changed my marriage? Well, here's how. As I started to think about how I wanted my home to be, my kids, my husband, my family life, I added those affirmations into my everyday routine. I wake up every morning and do my affirmations, and I do them at night before I go to bed as well. You could check out how I do that on my calendar on some of my other episodes on blaircritch.com. But honestly, spending that time thinking about how I'm happy and grateful for being that loving, attentive, and sexual wife to my husband. How I'm happy and grateful for being a fun mom who lifts up her children. How I'm happy and grateful that I am in a calm and peaceful home where I can stop and before I take action. So things like that have truly changed our home life. If you want to go back 3-4 years ago and you came into my home, you would have heard a lot of yelling, a lot of me making this noise. I don't know if you guys can relate with that noise, but it was a noise I probably made hundreds of times a day. People would annoy me, agitate me, frustrate me in my house. I have 2 boys and a husband, and this is a noise I would constantly make. So instead now, we have a home that's full of peace. Do we fight sometimes? Of course. Do my kids get on my nerves sometimes? Of course. But the majority of the time, we are focused and we are doing things as a family, as a unit, and our house is so much more peaceful. My marriage is so much stronger. I enjoy my husband. I want to be around my husband instead of trying to hide from my husband. I enjoy my kids instead of constantly nitpicking them or making them be somebody they're not. I'm enjoying them for who they are. And I've seen huge results in my home. And I truly believe that did not happen overnight. It was not magic fairy dust. It was honestly spending time in affirmations every morning and evening, thinking about what I wanted from my family, how I wanted our family to run, how I wanted my marriage to be, and how I wanted my business to be. And when you're satisfied in those areas of life, you are a much happier, grateful, and that is super contagious. And so you will attract the people that you want to be part of your tribe from that place. So I am so excited to hear how your affirmations go as you begin this week. Maybe you already do affirmations. Please share here in the comments because it can only help others. If you're just starting affirmations for the first time, please share with us how it's going. Ask questions. This is an amazing group of people that we all love to help you. I especially will pop on here and answer any questions that you have, or feel free to reach out to me directly. My email is blaircritch@gmail.com. Or feel free to post in the comments below and let's encourage each other. Let's help each other. Let's share our affirmations because I've gotten some of the best affirmations that I have from other women who are success-driven, overachiever moms who are just trying to make it all work and have the life that they want. So I hope that this was helpful for you today, and I cannot wait to see you again on another episode and can't wait to hear about your affirmations.